you.
Thank you for wanting to do this with me. Thank you for inviting me in this beautiful place.
Yes.
Like this is a place where you do what?
We have an exposition this month of December
Yes.
to raise money for organizations that help sex workers, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything, most of the things you can buy here, or you can also just give money for the organizations.
That's why I saw the beautiful, I don't know where the designs of the Kama Sutra sex positions.
Yes.
When I was going to the bathroom.
It's
I'm
not
like,
Kama Sutra, actually. That's just regular gay
it
sex.
was very. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Really?
I didn't notice
Oh
that.
no, it was men on men.
Oh, that I did not notice that.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
But it's
oh,
beautiful,
that's
huh?
why the
And
other
it's
guy.
all handmade. So
It's great. It was great. It's nice. It's someone really like hand.
yeah, it's
made
like
it?
I think he did it together with his mother actually. So it's with rope, and they make this beautiful drawings
rope.
actually.
Okay. No,
of
it was dark. I thought it was just designed with nice. I love the place.
Thank you.
It gives a certain energy, especially the bed.
Yes.
We're gonna jump on that bit later. So, Jaouad, I invited you for a reason
Mhm.
for the interview. I admire your power
Thank
and
you.
I admire your energy
Thank you.
and your braveness. And at the end of this interview, I am sure that other people would admire that too. But let's start with who you are.
Who I am? I am Jaouad, 36. I'm an artist and entrepreneur.
Okay.
I'm Moroccan, I'm Belgian, I'm gay, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a drag queen. I'm a lot of things. And I'm happy that I'm so many things
Right.
because it can give me a wider view of the world.
Yes, indeed. Um, so, when you introduce yourself, is that how you introduce yourself?
No, I always use another introduction
Okay.
because it's thing is, in a way, it's just I'm Jaouad.
Because the who
Period.
you are question, I think the who you are question is such a big, deep question.
Mhm,
For me,
absolutely.
it's when someone asks me who you are, I'm like, am I supposed to say my name or am I supposed to say what am I supposed? What do you want to
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like, but it's and you were born in Antwerp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were raised in Antwerp as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, and now you live in Brussels.
Yes.
Right. So when did you decide to move to Brussels?
Oh, I think 4 years ago. But
Okay,
it's
recently,
but it's,
actually.
Yeah, but it's only 6 months that we're living now in Brussels.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
with we,
Me and my husband.
okay.
Yes.
Is Jeroen your husband?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, yes, yes.
nice.
We work together,
I
but
thought-
we also sleep together.
Okay. Perfect combination. How is that?
Very good, actually.
How is that? Tell me.
Communication is key.
Is key. That's
Communication.
yeah.
And also, I think a lot of humor, because we tend to
necessary.
take things serious.
Yeah.
We take ourselves too serious, and then we take the relationship sometimes too serious.
Yeah.
So
I
we
think
try
that
to keep it also just relaxed.
relaxed, and when you work together, you keep it professional.
Yes.
you-
Oh, it depends, of course.
It depends
If
on
you
the
both
mood.
work at home, you can wear your easy
Yeah,
pants.
sure. I can imagine. I can imagine. So, Jawad, what is it for? You're an artist.
Mhm.
Tell me about that.
It started when I was 22. I started as a drag queen
Okay.
in nightclubs,
Okay.
in gay bars.
Okay.
And I felt quite fast, I think, after 4 years. Because when I became a drag queen, I was the first Moroccan drag queen.
Okay.
So I was very interesting for a lot of nightclubs because I had this Arabian sex puss.
Right. That wasn't known before.
No, and also, thing is, with drag, of course, with makeup, you can make yourself look beautiful, but thank you God, I already have.
Yeah,
I already
because
have
I'm
a
a makeup
very
artist,
yeah.
and I'm looking at your eyes, and I'm like, I want to do the makeup.
I would love to. Let's do that.
Really, you have the eyes, the space between the eyebrows
Yeah.
and the eyes, the lips, like your structure of your
Thank
of
you.
your face is
Yeah.
very. I want to do your makeup.
Thank you,
fish.
mommy and daddy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was very blessed to be also, and I have a very nice ass, which also it's good if you do drag, of course, because
Sure.
drag is not trying to be a woman, but trying to use so many elements what a woman are. So big hips, small waist,
Yeah.
big hair,
Yeah.
big makeup.
Yeah.
And I love doing it, but I felt after 4 years that I needed more.
Okay.
And that's when I started really writing and singing, and then I did the Voice van Vlaanderen, and then from there it
Yeah.
was a train that kept going, and I kept working very hard also on it because
Yeah.
I knew actually that I wanted to be on a stage and be a performer, but it just took me longer to get there actually.
Yeah. And what is that? What do you do? Um, what do you love the most? Is it the singing?
Yes.
The
Yes,
singing?
yes,
Yeah.
to be honest.
So
Yeah.
you brought out your song, the song.
Mhm.
How did the song call?
I think I'm in love.
I think I'm in love.
Yeah.
I heard the song.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's a cute love song.
It's a cute love song. Yeah, I was like, it's not only a cute love song. It's a song that goes. It is light, but it's at the same time deep. For me,
thank
this
you.
is how I experienced it. And it's a very nice song. But this is what you love the most, the singing, because you act as well, right?
Yeah, I act and I
Theater.
dance. Yeah.
You dance.
I think with singing because it's for me I can really have an outer body experience when I sing.
Oh, I have that when I run.
So it's look, yeah. So I think it's
It's kind of a meditation.
yeah, and also I feel very blessed as well because when I sing I can really feel a very good connection with the audience, and I have some songs when I do them live, especially like Hard to Love, for example,
Mhm.
which is a very deep song. I can really feel that people are
Connected with.
yeah, and also healing because for me music has always healed me.
Mhm.
When I had to get through many things in life, music for me was a way to deal with it.
Yeah, brings me to my next question. Worst period and best period in your life.
My worst period was when I lost my mother at 15.
Right.
My best period, I have a lot.
Okay. Name them all.
I think my best period, the last, is moving to Brussels
Okay.
because I was born in Antwerp and I love Antwerp, but it's really crazy what it does to you when you move to another city and you can really start a new life
Right.
with people that don't know you. So you really have. I always say that my life is a book, and I
New
always
page.
turn a new page, but it's not even a new page; it's a new book.
Really.
So that's really very nice. Especially, I was divorced and married before. I already had a few lives
Yeah.
before. I think a lot
Yeah,
of people.
A lot of us.
Yeah.
Sure. We come from one life to another life, and it's just important to be grateful for the life that you had.
Yeah.
And like you said, I love the way you said that. Not a page, but a new book.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Especially if you have if you had multiple lives, as Ali, what we were saying, you also take people with you. Sometimes you don't take people with you.
Right.
Sometimes you evolve faster than other people,
right.
and those are not easy moments in life because I also have a very hard time of losing people, of letting them go.
Okay.
But I've learned really with getting older that that's part of life.
Yeah.
It's like I had to give away my mother. Sometimes you also have to give away people that no
Yeah.
longer
Yeah.
serve your highest goals or something.
Yeah, and I always say if you're not inspiring to me or motivating to me, or then, like you said, we grow
Yeah.
on different levels,
Mhm.
in different ways, and it is more than normal
Mhm.
that you outgrow
Mhm.
some people.
Mhm.
And I think, do you think that the fear of losing people came from the death of your mom?
Yeah, I think especially the death of my mom, but also just the situation at my home with my coming out. I have
Yeah.
a very loving family, but of course in Moroccan culture it's still sometimes very sensitive to
Yeah.
touch on these topics.
Right.
So it was the losing of my mother, but also the losing of my family, and just trying to hold on to everybody that was dear to me. But that's not love because then you suffocate people. So that's
Not
also
love. That's possession.
yeah.
That's not love. Love is unconditional.
Yeah.
And love is love is. I don't think that a lot of people really know what love is, because we have an idea.
Mhm.
We get an idea
Mhm.
that okay, this is my brother and I love him. This is my daughter and I love him. But as soon as that doesn't require certain critics or certain demands within a culture, within a just a thought of a parent or a sister, then you lose each other, and that's where you know that it's not love, because love is actually unbreakable. It doesn't die. It's infinitive.
It can only grow.
It can only grow.
But I think that's the hardest part, because if love grows, it sometimes has to go through a period where you don't know the person anymore, and I don't know myself anymore. So I think it's okay to have questions about love and to feel insecure about love. But I'm always very surprised when they always say love and hate are very close to each other. It's a thin line. I don't believe that, because I always get surprised when people switch very fast from love to hate. Because for me, once you love someone, you can't actually take them anymore out of your heart, because your heart, for me, has rooms, and maybe the room will change, and maybe the person will change in your life, but you cannot unlove someone, for me.
You cannot unlove someone. You know what I think? My opinion in love? Because you really made me think. I always said there is love, someone who is loving and wholehearted, and that person cannot unlove. That's exactly. Because if you're wholehearted and if you're really, really in love with yourself too, you cannot do something that you are not. And if you're lovable, you're gonna love even the ones that do you wrong, because you're gonna send them love and healing because they need it. And then you have people that can't love or hate. Those are in need of love. So for me, there's two things. You have love or you're in need. When you're in need, then you're gonna out it in hate, comments, unloving, and bad opinions, and being
Just to get attention, maybe,
to
and to
get
get
the
that love.
love. Either way, you are in love. You are in love, and then you give love and light.
Are you a mother?
I am a mother.
Yes, it explains a lot.
Why?
Because I think my perspective on love is through my romantic relationships and through my family.
Yeah.
But I think having a child is another dimension of love which I don't know of.
You don't know of. Yeah.
Which doesn't mean that I have less knowledge of what love is, but it's just really a different kind of love. Yeah, really. I've seen that with my own mother. I see that with my sisters. I see that with my friends that become parents or become a mother.
Yeah.
It's a deeper understanding, which doesn't say that then all mothers know what love is.
Right. Because if the moment I realized this, and I not even realized, I took it in me, I could not be mad or angry at anyone who even hates on me or anyone I love. And that is difficult, because recently we experienced something with a person that became ex from the family, and he was hating, and I'm like, let him just be. He's healing. This is the way he's healing, and he wants, and like give him what he wants, like love and attention, and we're sorry, and we're still inviting. And for a lot of people, I was speaking Japanese.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, I'm just gonna shut up now. I'm just gonna move, because we're not there yet.
No, and also I think most people fight hate with hate, while actually you have to fight hate with love.
Right.
And that's the problem, I think.
It's like the basement, the dark basement, I always say. You cannot fight the dark basement with darkness.
No,
if you're in a dark
absolutely.
basement, you need a light, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get some matches.
Yeah.
That's love. Get some matches. That's the compliment.
Put it on fire.
Put it on fire. Put the whole damn thing on fire, and then you can, oh, there you are. Hello there. We were all stuck in a dark basement, but we're all stuck in this judgment and this hate that nobody gets the idea. Oh, there's a light switch. Just put the lights on, and that requires a little bit of light in yourself too.
Yeah, but also a lot of introspection.
Right.
Because it is,
right.
like for me as well, it was most confronting to know that I was holding myself back in life. Because of course we can say a lot about judgment of others, but also the judgment we have for ourselves. Because the most judgmental people, you don't want to know how they look at themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because it comes out of them.
Yeah.
The judgment.
Yeah.
You judge other people because you judge yourself.
Yeah. So, in
Like
a
I
way, I think there's still there a lot of work, because for me, I have to be honest. Of course, I can put the light on in the basement, but I don't like to go to the basement actually, because for me, I'm 36 now, and also,
It's time for.
yeah, if the basement is dark, sometimes dark places can stay dark actually,
Yeah.
because, like what you said, people that inspire you, motivate you. I've become, I think, with Corona, very sensitive to that actually. People that I don't let a lot of people close to me.
Yeah.
So the people that are close to me, I really have to make sure that they are elevating me, that they are, that they want to see me grow, that they want to see me actually go beyond what I even had imagined for myself. And I think that's sometimes very difficult in our society. I think we often have a lot of friends, and we have a lot of, especially Moroccan culture, you have a lot of friends and
Contacts
acquaintances,
and
yeah,
network.
and there's a big network of,
Yes.
you know
Yes.
how our weddings are, you're like
Yes.
200 people,
Yes.
and you know them, but you actually don't know them,
No,
but you
you-
all know them, and you all
yeah.
kiss them, and at
Yeah.
the end of the evening you're tired of kissing.
Yeah. You're like, who was that aunt with the scarf and the bells? That work is. Oh, that was. Why was she there? I
So-
totally understand.
And of course, it's good to have a community and a network, but at the same hand, if it's not a network and a community that is really
Yeah.
supporting you
Yeah.
in any way, actually, and it could be in choosing a life partner, from a job,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, I think we often forget that the person who's living the life knows actually the best. I see that also with a lot of friends of mine
Right.
who got divorced. Often when people get divorced, are you sure? And the children, and you were
Yeah.
so beautiful together, and blah blah blah, and you get all these comments.
Yeah.
While I
Yes.
believe if someone comes to me and trusts me with the story of, I want to have a divorce, the first thing I will say was, okay, have you thought about it? How are you going to do it? What is your plan around it? Where most people would be like, no, you have to stay together. While often we all know what's best for us, we just sometimes don't dare to take that decision, because if we divorce, the family's gonna fall apart. If we do
Yeah.
this job, maybe my mother will not like it. If I
Yeah.
do this, but often we do know what we want actually. We just are too
Focused on other people's. Yeah, we're our culture is a little bit a people pleasers culture.
yeah,
I think we're taught to not to say no
yeah.
and to think about.
But I find that a
"Oh,
pity,
what
I have
else?"
to say, because
Of
I
course it's a
I really
pity.
think,
Of course, it's a pity.
I really think, and it's not because I'm Moroccan, maybe it is, but I really think that we have one of the coolest cultures there is, because it's super diverse, it's super beautiful in colors, in food, in
It is.
it's super welcoming, it's very
Yeah.
warm,
Yeah.
and I think we could. Often I like to go more to Morocco, because in Morocco you still
We
have
lost the warmth here a little bit.
yeah,
huh?
yeah, yeah.
We lost the warmth here.
We integrated too much a little bit.
Yes,
we became,
we're sorry. I think we're gonna go back to colors and jalabet.
we became too Flemish.
We became too Flemish and we lost our warmth.
No, really, it's because there's because in Moroccan culture there is a solidarity, there
Yeah,
is a
there is.
is a
There is.
a love and just a friendliness.
How is that? How come? I was in September in Morocco and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
like you can feel I think it's just the mix of two cultures that gets. I think this is the mix of our culture and then yeah, we're here, we're Flemish, and the mix of that culture, because you cannot deny that there's gonna happen a mix
yeah.
in us and in our next generations. There's a mix, and that brings a certain new culture, and this new culture is like, what am I?
Yeah.
What am I? I think because you are the first generation.
Yeah,
Like-
but I think we also don't dare to take it further, because for me, I think it's because of the like in Morocco, in the big cities, you have some people from other cities, but most people are from that city. So people from Fes, 80% will be from Fes.
Yes,
While here, for example, in Brussels, you have people from
everywhere.
everywhere from Morocco. So that's already a big mix of people.
Yeah,
And I think in a way, I don't say we could be more integrated, because I don't really believe in integration. Everyone has to be integrated. But I do believe that there is if you compare us to like Moroccan people in London or Moroccan people in New York or Moroccan people all over the world, Moroccan people in Flanders and Belgium are also still very religious.
Right.
And
Right.
I love God.
Yeah.
Really. I have a relationship with God and I work on it every day,
Yeah.
sometimes good, sometimes not good.
Yeah. And God
It's
loves
hard.
you.
Yeah, it's hard to have a relationship with God because it's just, yeah, there's so much that shows us that he isn't there because there's so much actually. So it's
Right.
not easy to have a relationship with God, but
Right.
at the same time,
But God is in you. That's
yeah,
what I believe.
and I think we also have to have a more relaxed feel with religion because now often it's becoming really too,
Focused on what is not allowed.
yes,
I always say that.
while actually it should be focused on how much
The
space
true-
you leave for the other, the
yes.
humanity, the love, the
Yes.
compassion,
Yeah.
the understanding in things you just can't
The
understand.
empathy towards each other, the
Yeah.
kindness, the gratitude. Yeah. Let's focus on that. I have this conversation with my parents a lot.
And I see that more in bigger cities actually, where because religion for me is not how much you do a ruq'a on a mat, because often religion can be very window dressing. You can show, okay, and I will wear a jalab and I will do this and I will show the world that I'm
But
very
what is your real
religious.
connection with
Yeah,
God?
because I have some of the most beautiful people that I met from all kinds of religion, from even atheists to the size of your heart for me is what makes a person for me lovable,
Yeah.
or I know that they're connected to God or
Yeah.
a God.
Yeah. So what you're talking about is iman.
Mm.
And I always say, don't focus too much on Islam,
Mm.
but start with iman.
Mhm.
Let's work from the inside
Mm.
out
Mhm.
instead of from the outside in.
Absolutely.
Because if you work from the inside out, uh, you're gonna
You can be a light for the
you're gonna be a
world.
light, and wherever you go, people are gonna feel your light. You're gonna
Mhm.
feel your
Mhm.
kindness. You don't have to do anything.
Mhm.
Instead of if you work from the outside in,
Mhm.
then you might look like it's a uniform. You might look like a Muslim, yeah,
Mhm.
sure, but it's that deep connection that you have with
But
God
don't
and
you-
yourself.
But don't you struggle with? I struggle often with those two when I look at the world, because I know that in the eyes of a lot of people I am evil, or what I am showing the world is evil, or I don't know,
Mhm.
some kind of weird mind trip. Because I sometimes still struggle with that, because how are we still not able as a society to look past what we see actually. For example, we see someone in a suit and we trust them, while maybe the person in a suit could be the most corrupt person, and we see someone sleeping on the streets and we
Yeah.
think, oh, that we have to be careful for that when he's gonna take our wallet. And it's again that judgment, but I often struggle like, how come we still didn't like
It's
really get that?
it is you get it in your education.
Mm.
I have 2 daughters now, and I'm focused completely on, yes, you have to be a Muslim. Yes, for me, I am a Muslim, and if you choose to be, but it does not mean that you are gonna point at other people and think certain things about them. The pointing must come always to yourself. So if you focus on yourself, and it is that we, I think in our it is good if you see something doing something bad outside. It's good to help. It's good. I am a big fan of someone that is doing something in front of children, like you tell them like please do, but that's not what we're supposed to do.
No,
That
no.
we're supposed to like be there for each other, and that's it. When someone chooses a certain path and he thinks or she thinks that or truly believes that he's truly connected with God and this is who he is, or I have the same problem as you. My father is an imam, a very known one, and he doesn't like me without a headscarf. And I have 6 sisters, and they wear it all. And I'm the oldest one, and I wore it for 20 years, and after 20 years I said, I'm not going to take it off. And I wasn't accepted for a very long time. For a very long time. And I had this discussion with him. I'm like, I have a good connection. And he's like, no. If a police officer stops you without a uniform, and he tells you, he gives me this example every day, and he tells you you're speeding, I'm gonna give you a ticket. Are you gonna believe him? I'm like, no, you're not gonna believe him because he can be anyone. I'm like, oh, but I'm not doing this for people.
No.
I'm not doing this for people. I don't care if people don't believe I'm not Muslim. I don't care. I don't care. You care, because that is not. That is, you see me as your. I don't know. I think that we see each other as something to be proud of, to show off with. So when we're in family and someone takes a different track, then we're like, what are you doing? This is our reputation. This is so we're focused a lot on culture and not on the real religion, because religion is anything but control. Religion is anything but controlling your children. You have to give people space. You have to let them discover themselves.
Absolutely.
Let them take their own way, because you
And
cannot judge.
I think it's also, for me, let them make their own mistakes. Oh shit, my
Oh,
phone.
no problem. We can cut it. We can cut it. Is it busy?
It's still going.
No, we can cut it. So I think we're mixing religion and culture, and we think we're doing religion, but we're doing culture.
I think it's
And
also
then it
because
creates a lot of problems.
yeah, and also just not only in Moroccan culture, because I see it also with my Flemish friends. We focus too much on mistakes instead of
Negativity.
just on the experience. Because after I think in my at 20 I left Islam, and then around 27 I started reading about Buddhism and Hinduism. And there's so much wisdom in the world, because for me it's
I
not
love the Asian wisdom.
yeah, because
I
for me
love
it's not even about
a certain.
yeah, because for me there is truth in all. I believe in Jesus, I believe in Moses, I believe in everything, because it's in a way, yeah, there is truth in everything, and that's my way of respecting also everyone their truth. I don't like when people are like, I know, I have the absolute truth. I always get a bit of cringe, because that means you're not open to other people, their experience.
Yeah.
And in a way, even if we look at stories in Islam, we know these. I mean, if the Prophet had existed, he also experienced this. People didn't believe him in the beginning.
Exactly.
So for me, it's often
they
very
mocked him.
yeah. So it's really very confusing often how we focus on
a certain idea about religion, and then we force it to other people. That's it. We force it to our children. That's why you ask, why is that people are focused on what is not good, what is not allowed, and how do you look from the outside instead of the inside? It's a culture thing.
For me, it's
and
also
we give it away to our children.
yeah, and it's a lack of education for
It
me,
is.
because
You have to educate yourself
Yeah.
and take responsibility and dig in
Yeah.
and dare to ask questions, even if the rule comes from a person that you admire. And I posted something recently about that, and it was something that being seen as a crazy person or the rebel person in a suppressed society or suppressed culture is a compliment. Then I am a crazy woman. Then I don't care. Then I am
I'm
crazy.
also a crazy woman.
Then I am a rebellion woman. That I am everything. But I am not gonna get down on my knees for something what I don't believe in.
Absolutely.
Even if it comes from someone that I dare, just that thing, dare to ask questions, dare to look up behind the rule. Because I think rules, but that's it. Religion has a lot of rules. They are here for the human and not the human for the rules. And every rule has a context and an exception. And
Yes.
we tend to.
But even with rules, I have a problem with rules, because if we use rules, then we should use them throughout everything, because there are rules against homosexuality, but when it's rules about interests and how much money you have,
Oh, that is a problem that I
that's a
often
rule.
have.
That's a
I'm
rule
like,
we
oh,
love
shit.
to. That's a rule
The
we
rule
love
of-
to bend, because
We women, we talk about the rule that when the woman doesn't want to have sex with the man, the angels, they keep, cursing the woman all night, and then in the morning I'm like, Chan!
is that true? They say that.
So yeah, it is so that when a woman refuses to sleep with her husband without, and they forget all the exceptions, without a reason, that means she's not mentally tired, she's not this, she's not that, but just refuses, that the angels of God go, curse the woman the whole night.
Wow. I
And
didn't know angels cursed.
no, they don't
No.
curse. They don't, of course not. But it is something that comes back and comes back and comes back and comes back with the men. And I'm like, whenever you have another problem that is, I am a woman and I shouldn't work, and I should, your money is mine. And when I work, that's the rule. When I work, my money
Is also
is
yours.
also mine. And I'm not obligated to pay anything. Not rent, not food, nothing. But we do it, obviously, because we grew up
Society
in this
changed.
society change. But like, this is the exception of the rule, the context. So I had, before you, I had a interview with Imam Nordin Tawi,
Ah, yeah.
and I put you together for a reason.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, him and you. You are saying the same thing,
Ah, yeah. Lovely.
both of you.
I'm an imam, darling.
But you're an imam. You don't know that, but you are. You, both of you, are saying, and I knew you were going to say the same thing. That's why I put your interviews behind each other, because he was saying, well, to focus on what's not allowed, what is allowed. And I asked him, what if your son tomorrow tells you, Dad, I don't believe this shit. I don't believe this shit. I don't believe that Islam. I'm sorry, but I'm not it anymore. I am leaving Islam. He said, that's okay. I'm going to let him go. Because you cannot force anything on anybody. And stop looking at each other. And stop having ideas and judgment at each other. The focus is here on you. And I think we're going through a change. I feel that we're going
Thing
through
is,
a change.
but for me, it's difficult because, so I'm 36, so I'm already 16 years actually out of the closet,
Okay.
and also 16 years that I have a different relationship with Islam.
Okay.
So I do believe we are going through a change, and I know I'm part of that change,
Yeah.
but I'm also tired.
Oh.
And what do I mean with tired? Because for me, it's also about, like, every change needs people like me,
Of course.
but it also needs people like you who are not gay, but
Yeah.
who say, hey,
It's
this is a
okay.
human being. So and that's why I'm
I don't
happy
even
there
have
is because that's why I'm happy there is a change, because 10 years ago there wasn't this. There were people who were like, behind closed doors, but we have to show empathy, solidarity. And now I'm very happy in 2021 people are really saying, hey, these are also our brothers and sisters.
No,
We
you know
should
what it
love and
is?
respect them.
This is not. It's not some. I have a problem. Everything is not good or bad. It
No.
just is.
Yeah, I know.
So I mean, is it so simple to look? What's the difference between
But I
a
think,
flower
but
and
that's
a weed?
yeah, but that's again how people look at themselves. If I'm a Muslim person
Oh yeah.
who thinks he's not good enough Muslim, who looked at a glass of wine
Right.
and now who's being very
Right.
judgmental on himself.
Yeah, the
of-
guilt.
yeah, and of course, it is very easy in our society to say, I think I'm a good person. No, I am a good person because look at that person. That person is doing.
Thank God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I even had people
Yeah.
when I was 20 who said that to me. Who were like, I'm haram, but you're really haram. So
Like, and why was he haram?
because we were drinking a glass of kava.
And why are you really? Were you drinking too?
No.
Why were you really haram?
I
Like,
don't know,
oh
darling.
my God, so funny.
Yeah.
You know, that
It was too
comes
bad
from
because that really was.
guilt from himself. For
Yeah,
himself,
but
I
that was
think.
also for me a good lesson in friendship, because this was a person I was getting friends with, a woman, and this was for me a clear sign, and that's why I sometimes get overprotective of myself, of who I let in my life, because that was for me a clear sign of, you don't see me for who I am, because if you think I'm really haram, you
Well,
don't
yeah.
see, you don't just see the
Yeah.
goodness in me, you just don't see the vulnerability and the human in me, who is just trying to live his life and maybe do things that other people don't understand. But I was not put on earth to make people understand me.
No.
I was put on earth to have a good life and to
Yeah.
make things, create
Yeah.
things, and to also just leave a legacy. Because I often, why I don't like religion, it's very, I will work hard to get a bonus when I die. For me, it's not like that. I don't have any more parents. So bonus, I don't believe in a bonus. I believe work hard, because when you pass away, the people that know you will know how you left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My
Serve-
parents as
yeah,
well.
Serve the people and serve God. That it is, you
Yeah,
have
because when people pass away, the first thing we talk about is, my, they were so kind and they were this and they did this to the world. They're not gonna say, my, he's definitely going to Jannah, because we don't even know that.
yeah, you don't
That's
know
sometimes
that.
often for me.
We take the place of our Lord. Often say that. I often say, "Oh, you're sitting on the chair again." I often say that. I was a student, and I was a student. I was a teacher at school for 17 years, and it was a secondary school. Allah haram. Oh, we haram. Klaar, ik had naar de hel. Klaar. To each other, right? And I'm like, someone's sitting on the chair of our good Lord. Get off the chair. That's not your place. Get off the chair. And I used to say, just get off the chair.
Yeah.
Because they need to visualize that they're literally taking God's place by judging. Every judgment that comes out of your mouth, it is God's place. It's not yours. It's not yours. And people are going to continue doing that.